know, you see my name. No, you sent me.
Yesterday, right there. Sixth Street. It's cool.
I know.
I got stuck out on the highway and I wired out around this. I put it back correct. I didn't want it. Oh, I didn't know about the car. I'll be there.
Too hard. Actually, I earned my money yesterday. I didn't like it.
Yeah, you did. That was awesome. I looked at it.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
I brought some. How long did that fire take?
I mean, I was there probably 20 minutes.
You were only there 20 minutes. How long was that fire take?
That's some start to finish stuff. 5'9", 334, 10'6", 4.
Okay, I'm done. Didn't forget it. How about that?
You never know. I was 30 or she was
Just wait for it to die, so you get all of it. And then you share it. Oh. That's all the great. I was watching the episode last time. Amy and Bradley went missing on a cruise ship. The wife took a cruise line.
Isn't it amazing how many guys come here on vacation? Well, I mean, I guess, you know, it's hard for me to believe.
It's 9 o'clock. We're gonna open our meeting. Everyone, please join us in the pledge and a short prayer.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we ask for your guidance today, and we also ask that you protect Caden as he becomes a new officer for the town of Orleans. Watch over us and protect us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, welcome everyone. Did we have a sign-in thing? I've got one. Okay, there's a thing you can sign back there if you would. First business is the swearing in for Officer Caden Lundy, so we'll get started with that.
Mr. President, we have a brand new police officer joining our town family today, and we have a number of his family members and friends that are gathered here to mark this occasion. So we welcome them in our meeting this morning. So Caden, if you'll come forward and if you'll stand before me. I want to ask you to raise your right hand and repeat after me, okay?
Move a little closer.
Move a little closer to the press, okay? I, Caden L. Lundy,
I, Caden L. Lundy,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
diligently,
diligently,
impartially
impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of Deputy Town Marshal,
of Deputy Town Marshal,
Orleans, Orange County, Indiana,
Orleans, Orange County, Indiana,
according to law
according to law,
and to the best of my
and
abilities.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, sir. Okay, back here, I need you to sign your oath here, if you would. And my copy. All right, thank you, Kate. Congratulations.
Second your hand now.
Caden, I'd just like to welcome you to the police office here in Orleans and wish you best of luck and protection. I know you'll do us a fine job.
Yes, you will. I've got a friend that's in Hollywood, Florida, that you did something for at midnight, and he said, make sure you swear him in properly. So, Rick and Susan Compton say congratulations.
Appreciate that.
You are certainly all welcome, but you won't hurt our feelings if you want to slip out.
Yeah. I knew Rick would lead the way, so.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good to
see you, Jeff.
Thank you.
I'm good, how are you? I know.
Is there a sign up sheet, Robert? Okay, he's got one. He's got it. Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda is the health insurance. Greg?
Good morning, everyone. I believe you all have a packet of the renewal from Sessio. A couple of things of note, not a lot is changing. A couple of things to note, the out of emergent, out of travel, out of state network is changing to the United Healthcare options. United Healthcare nationwide provider, so should be improvement in any kind of coverage there if anybody is traveling and does need emergent care. If you go in a couple of pages, mine's double-sided, I don't know if yours is or not. We're about 4 pages, well, actually, you guys don't even have this, but it didn't come in the packet. I added these to the packets I brought. Did you include anything about the new Trestle Tree partnership, Robert? Did you get an email on that?
I did, but I don't really have that.
Okay. Something they're adding at no cost to your employees is they're partnering with a company called Trestle Tree. They are a counseling service that would help an employee. You can schedule online counseling sessions to help you with things like weight loss and exercise programs, regimens, those type of things, just to help wellness and fitness for your employees, again, at no cost to the employee. So that's a new service. There's, I think Robert got some information on that, or I can provide that if you want more. Is anything going to be distributed through the town to the employees?
I think we'll give us a handout, kind of
Okay.
outline to get there.
Okay, so that is also new to your plan. What you're all probably most concerned in is what's the rates gonna look like next year. For health insurance renewals, not too bad. Your rates are going up about 3.2% over last year's premium rates for the same package that you guys are on now. They also, a couple pages down, they also included other options if you are interested in making any changes, and you can see what the premiums would be for those changes. But overall, 3.2% for a health renewal in this day and age is not too bad. The pediatric vision is included in ACA plans, so there's no additional cost there for coverage for minors. Your renewal for employees taking the voluntary vision coverage for adults, there's no change in premium at all there. So good news there. The dental plans also going up about 3%. So again, not too bad increases there. And each plan, whether it's employee, employee spouse, family, they're all increasing that same 3%. Any questions for me?
Well, how are the employees liking this?
I mean, as far as I've been able to gauge, I think everybody's been pretty well pleased with the coverage, and Greg's been very helpful. I mean, I haven't really received any complaints. Dan, you can speak on that.
Yeah.
Definitely better than what we had.
Well, I mean, that thing would be my main concern is if the employees are satisfied with it. We've done some changing over the last few years and it's not been helpful to anyone. And
Hopefully, I know we've not had a lot of issues over the course of the year, but we've had a couple of people needing some information or some help. Now, hopefully you found me pretty responsive to those kind of things.
I don't know, Roy, you guys have any agree? What I like to hear.
Well, I just was wondering the same thing, how employees was, liking it, I'm sure they like their new contribution to instituted last year. But,
Yes.
that's,
Yeah.
seems pretty reasonable, 3%,
I think it is too.
that's kind of unheard of.
I was quite pleasantly surprised when I got your renewal, so, yeah.
This, United Healthcare out of state, do they actually cover it, or does Sci-Hole cover any costs that, like, I'm not me, but if an employee was in California or some other state?
Yeah, if it's truly an emergency situation, then it's considered the same as your in-network coverage. So any kind of co-pays, deductibles would be the same as if they were right here in Indiana, getting in-network providers.
And so when they're out, they're using United Healthcare, not United Healthcare Network.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
which is a huge network.
Right. And if it's a truly complete emergency, you have a heart attack and you're unconscious and they take you wherever. That is considered in-network regardless. It doesn't make any difference. Yeah, you're not going to be hit with any kind of extra co-pays or anything in that type of emergency situation.
When you go to Canada or Mexico?
Those out-of-country coverages, usually what the providers in those countries require, and they're all a little bit different, they may require you to pay up front. And then when you get back to the States, you can submit the billing for that. Again, if it's a truly emergency situation, you can't just go to Canada and get routine health care done and it's going to be covered, or Mexico. But in those truly emergency situations, kind of depends on their end up front. I just traveled to Europe back in the spring, and I asked that very question of my health insurance provider, and that was the answer. They can give you a certificate of insurance saying, yes, he's covered in the States, but a lot of providers over there will want you to pay up front, and you submit those bills once you get home. So it just depends on their end what they're going to require you to do.
Back in 2019, I spent about 3 weeks in Newfoundland, and they had Medicare's got some restrictions too.
Yeah.
But I bought some temporary plan, like for a
Travel insurance.
a month or something like that.
Right.
Health insurance.
Yeah. And that's not a good idea. It's not real expensive.
I don't remember it being expensive.
Yeah, and it can kind of alleviate some of the hoops you might have to jump through, if something like that does happen.
Our renewal date is October, but, we usually try to get this put to bed so they can get the cards out.
Everybody's satisfied. I think I make a motion that we renew it at this premium. The deal about moving to the first of the year, that's just off right now.
Yeah, I think so. It turned out to be more than it was. But as long as we're doing it like this, it's pretty easy, so.
I guess if we did that, it'd be the same as it was last year. We'd have to renew it now, then renew it again. At the first
Yeah,
of the
they
year.
would requote it for 1/1 rates once they know those 1/1 rates.
This is pretty satisfactory. Let's just do it. I'll make a motion.
I second his motion.
All right, been motioned and seconded that we renew our health insurance at the new rate of 3.2%, I think what you said, or whatever it is. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? We renewed our insurance.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thanks.
Thanks, Greg. You need anything?
Do you want to go ahead and sign that, and I will get that back to Sci-Ho, and they can start on the bill packets and cards and all that good stuff? because they are changing that out-of-state coverage emergent care network, all employees will get new cards with that information on it.
Again, I want to say I appreciate Greg and Springer, and they've been really good to work with, and appreciate all their help.
I'm glad. Makes it a lot easier on everybody if we can do that.
It's been my pleasure. All right,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
All right, next on the agenda is property cleanup. Is there,
I don't know, Toby indicated we might have some hearings today. Don't pause or anything on your.
We got some hearings this afternoon, Toby's coming down for, and then that Amy Mills, we had that order, if she didn't have it cleaned up, we'd go in there and clean it up, we gave her till August. She filed something with the court saying that she had thought she had completed her obligation. Heather called Toby and said, hey, Amy filed this, where are we at on it? And Toby said, I'll go look at it, and we haven't heard back from Toby. But I asked the court to try to set that today, because Toby's already gonna be down there with me.
okay.
But I didn't hear back from the court, so I don't know if Amy will be in there today, but does anybody else know? Is it cleaned
I
up?
meant to drive by there and I
I've
just,
been by there 2 or 3 times. They just moved stuff back closer to the house, looks to me like.
just moved it around.
But I understand we may be having trouble finding a contractor to go on the property.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those deals where we just, again, it's not my judgment call.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, I haven't heard from Toby and I haven't heard from the court about whether or not it's set.
Well, if the court rules that we're still able to do it, we'll just keep moving forward that way. That
Yeah.
Still doesn't mean we'll find it.
Right.
So,
Right, and then well, I did file an ordinance violation on Gunther's house.
okay.
And I told, the only address we have to serve that at is the house.
Yeah.
But I told Heather to send that, because that lady emailed me, the sister in Chicago. I told Heather, I said, just email her a courtesy copy, so maybe we can get some dialogue started. And because I looked at it finally, just boarding it up would be a big win.
Yeah.
And then get some dialogue started on possibly getting a hold of it or something. But like I said, they've been difficult to deal with because, they need to open in the state for the gentleman.
Yeah.
So they can collect some insurance money at least.
Over on North Roosevelt, that place that guy agreed to, it looks worse now. He moved that bus over.
Is that the one you said was going for a sheriff's sale?
No,
No.
this is at north end of Roosevelt, right at the end.
Oh, okay, where Bean used to live.
But he has moved that bus over from whoever owned that property across the road. But it's sitting.
In his yard now.
Now, that trailer's still down there in the street on the corner.
We had a complaint on the school bus last night. The school called me, was concerned that the bus driver trying to make the turn there. I guess because of the sharpness of the curve itself and the back of the bus swinging wide, it's in the way. I had Sergeant Henderson go up and make contact. He's out of town this week, but the wife said he would move that bus Friday. As to where he moves it to, I don't know, but he'll move it somewhere down where it's
Could
not.
we have it towed if it doesn't?
Yeah, I mean, we could if it gets to that point. And
You got a turn up there, that's pretty obstructive.
I talked to the school, they're gonna reroute the bus for the next couple of days, give him an opportunity Friday to come home and move it. So that's taken care of for now.
Okay, anything else?
I do have a question on this
Yeah.
topic. As I was heading out the door, I heard this. I'm wondering if the abandoned vacant mobile home over on 4th Street, is that on the list of properties to look at?
It is.
That's near my son's home and it's,
4th and Jackson.
I don't know the
Yeah.
address. It's been abandoned for a long time.
Yeah, we've got that on our list. Matter of fact, that might be one of the hearings today, I don't know.
What's the name?
I can't tell you.
I only really know my
Yeah,
name.
Carnes.
I just know them by locale.
Is that Bethel Wester's place?
Yeah, yes, that one.
It's one of Carnes, just wanna have the,
We're in the process of it. I don't know if that's one that'll be on today, but
Okay. All right.
it is.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, need to sign the SRO for the school year.
Yes, the school has approved that, and it's an agreement that we agreed to earlier. We just need everybody's signature. I'll get it back to Mr. Ellis.
Because Hunter lives
Jim might give you an update on the first day of school, how all that went.
Went well. The problem is that the elementary school has changed their pattern for drop off and pickup. Somebody made an anonymous complaint out of concern in front of the gymnasium where they had the turnaround, the small U-shaped, that they thought that was a danger to people. So the school has blocked that off and trying to funnel everything into the parking lot on the west side of the building. Problem with that, the first day was they had a lot of kindergartners being dropped off, so traffic was heavier than normal. With that being said, because there's such a short distance off of 337 to turn into the parking lot, cars are backed up both directions on 337, which concern is semis coming westbound on 337 on the hill, it's gonna plow into them. Today it went better and smoother. As to whether I think that's the best solution, I've talked to the school. They're gonna wait it for a couple of days and see how it goes, but it's very congested there. People coming off the, trying to turn off Mathers, do a U-turn to go back into the parking lot instead of going a block around. So a lot of it's people trying to fill it out and everything, but I'll get with the school this week and see what our opinions are on if it's working or if it's worse.
Yeah, that'd be kind of bad backing up on 337.
It's very bad. And it's so congested there because it's such, the turn into the parking lot is so close to 337. And then you got guys going north and south on Mathers trying to get in, people going east and west on 337 trying to turn in, and all in a very small, short, congested area.
There is,
I guess,
there is a sideburn or something or other from maybe Mathers on the east, is there, to turn in the turn lane?
Yes.
Into school?
Yeah, it's not a real long one.
Yeah.
And it's just gotten to the point where they're just having so much volume trying to get to an area and then immediately get into another small area. It's just, everything's backing up every now.
if they were stopped turning, going toward the west and turning south, they'd be right in the roadway.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I
And
guess
that's the
not
whole
too bad.
concern.
We could make it a no left turn there, but.
Well, that's what we did with the Stetson. We
Yeah.
did a one-way street because I was concerned about people
Right.
trying to turn in there. The concern from the anonymous person was that it just had a lot of access points at 337, which I agree it does. However, I'm not sure this made it any
Made
better.
it any better.
I think
yeah.
now instead of having access points, we just have traffic sitting on 337.
Right.
So I'll speak to the superintendent probably Friday and see what their feelings are about if they like it or don't like it and what my suggestions would be.
Okay.
Jim, I got thinking about that after I left earlier. The problem with them backing up on 337, I think you may be able to get rid of that. If they were to cone off each morning to where it makes people go to the big parking lot where pickup is,
Mhm.
and they cannot turn into that lower parking lot
That's
without going down, make that an exit only,
That's true.
and make them exit and then to 337, not trying to turn back to the left.
That's true.
That'll just keep a flow better, maybe.
Today was better, but
Right.
it's still just a question of everybody's still getting used to it. A lot of parents are dropping off that don't normally drop off, but it's all new. So we'll fumble through it this
Yeah.
week and get it figured out.
Yeah, but I could see where that'd be pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
A semi's coming, especially a semi.
Points up the change in culture. The cars picking up kids is increasing and the kids on the bus is decreasing.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I can't. Ain't nobody riding their bikes to school anymore. That was my mode. Okay, do we need to have a
You
motion?
don't need to, you've already approved that. I just need your signature before you leave and date it, please.
There
And
you go.
Officer Riddle has settled into his duties at the high school.
He has. I've gone up there a couple times and he seemed to be fitting in well, getting his feet wet. He's been introduced to the school and the staff, and so far they're happy with him. So
All right, any other business?
I did give you, each of you a copy of, and John, I think, might have a comment related to the budget. These are the budget estimates that we prepared. It's divided up, as it always is, in the various, a series of budgets. But those are estimates, and we need to kind of get signed off on those here shortly. You've got a little time. Please take those and review those. And if there's any comments or anything you want to look at or ask questions about, then at some point we will have to formally advertise the budget estimates for the coming year. But those are what we've come up with to date.
Did you have
I might say there's very little change. There is money budgeted for salaries. There will be a little bit of additional money in the health insurance and a few minor categories that increased, but overall it was not huge change from the budget you adopted a year ago.
The growth quotient's 4%, and we got it, the levy at the 4%.
Okay. As we're all aware that, the Senate Bill 1, there's still a lot of unknown. There's a lot of discussion among the clerks and council people. I expect that'll be a big topic next week when the clerks of the state, from across the state, get together. But there's still a lot of unknown how that's all going to affect all of us.
And that's, you'll be on next week for that.
a few days.
You might try to get some updated estimates. I have one that shows us about $32,000 a year. We've been lost, but might try to get some estimates on that.
Okay. You gentlemen have anything? Just listening?
Yep.
Okay.
I would have commented to the fire department. We did get our new 800 radios in last week. We're kind of getting those ready for issue. Our next meeting, I'm going to do a little training on them, get everybody up to speed on that. We're trying to actively look for some new members. Our members are down right now. We lost Billy Mullen last week. He decided to step away. So we're trying to get some new people, new faces in, and get them up to speed to try to keep us where we need to be for quality responses for the town. Thank you guys for that.
You bet. You got anything else?
No, sir.
Colin?
Yeah, I got a question. We've been, Robert's pretty familiar with this, but there's a fellow who wants to build a house up there on the block next to Robert.
Yeah.
On the houses. But anyhow, that's two different lots. It's a half lot of, on the north and a half lot on the south. And reading, trying to find out some other stuff, he was wanting to put two houses on there. I was trying to figure out how big the house could be, and still have appropriate setbacks without going to BCA. And in studying, I wanted to ask John Paul about this. It exempts a lot of record that you could build a house on a lot of record that is smaller than 12,800 square feet. But it's still got some restrictions on it. The setbacks can be reduced 20%. Down to a certain minimum, like on the sides, can't be less than 5 feet. It's 10 feet normally. But here's the thing, if I own a half lot someplace, it's a lot of record, 80 by 80, and I can build a house on there with those restrictions without one BZA. If I own two half lots, if they happen to be set together, but they're different, is that two lots of record?
Because but the only reason they're two lots of records is because they've just been separated deed-wise.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of record, and they've been there for a long, long time.
Yeah. I don't know. That's something I'd want to look at, or I said yes or no.
We just built a house on the corner of Lincoln and Wilson. As far as I know, that lot is not a full lot. He owns more than a half lot, slightly more than a half lot. But as far as I know, I assume they got a permit, and they got, but they know it's going to BCA for any setbacks different or size of the lot. So apparently that one was approved as a lot of record. But Troy Hall used to live there.
Has the house been built?
Yeah, it's already up.
Yeah, but what you're saying is though, is the only reason you'd have to go for a variance is if you were gonna ask for a variance from the setback requirements.
Well, Well,
I mean, if you're building a, if your house
if
is
they reduce this 20%.
right, but I'm just saying, the only reason you need a variance is if you were gonna go past that minimum.
Okay, and there's also another caveat in the ordinance that says if you look up and down the street both ways, that you can, it's less than 30 feet in the front yard, you can build out to that point. You can disregard the 30 feet if a whole house is like Robert's is. Robert's house is 17 feet from the property line up there. And on the street, some of them's even closer. And across the street, where across the Thatcher live, it's probably 3 feet or less. So that makes it legal to set out further or closer than 30 feet. According to the ordinance.
Right.
Understand that he's just gonna build one house there. That's what I was told.
Yeah. I mean, he could build two houses, but they could only be, one of them could only be 30 feet deep.
Yeah.
And without going to BZA for variance.
Daniel, do you have something?
Yeah, I got 2 quotes for the road saw.
Oh,
Broke on a road saw. I got one from Northern Tool for $27.61, $2,700, and one from Quality Tool for $2,850. An $89 difference in the value of the other line for Quality.
and what is it?
It's a road saw. We gotta dig in the road.
Oh, okay.
If you guys want them, we got them here.
Is it one you hold or one you push?
It's push.
Yeah. How long your elastic last?
It's here when I got here, so I don't know. I welded it back together, but it's not, the lift's not working right, so somebody's gotta hold it while somebody starts it. It's not a good thing.
Not a good thing.
We finished what we were doing, but that's about it.
Yeah.
What would be a valid reason that we would take the higher? We get a valid reason.
Well, one thing I can give you for sure is on that other quote, that Northern Tool, it's gonna have shipping, and they did not give the shipping quote on that. So that's gonna push it higher. And Quality Tool Services, sales and services, that's all, it's a diamond.
Where they at?
It's one of them.
Oh, so we can get it
Bonnie
ourselves.
Moffitt's company.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, he'll probably deliver it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so our excuse could be shipping costs are not included on the order. Okay,
And with Northern Tool, they, parts and services, just kind of whatever you find.
Lonnie, we know where he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's very legit.
And he told me that brand of saw is the same one that infrastructure, Reynolds, and all of them use. It's a little lighter duty, but we don't, I'm not trying to cut 6 blocks of road at a time.
I'd make a motion to take the quality with the understanding that shipping costs were not included in the bid.
I'll say.
All right. By the quality, it's been, motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
We're gonna do the old.
Dot deals.
It's not, it will saw, it just won't, I can't get the up and down to work right. I welded it back together. You need one. I thought about yanking the motor off of it and junking the frame, but
Might be better to just do that, sell it. Put it on top of or whatever, don't care. John can buy it, I don't know. Did you have something?
Drew brought to my attention, Greg Hamilton might have been talking about the trailer. It's actually at 4th and Harrison. It's Johnny Baker's trailer.
Oh,
It sits
okay.
behind the house on the southeast corner. So
That's great news.
Yes,
wasn't that trailer gonna go somewhere else?
Yeah, last I heard it.
remember that.
And I don't think it's fit where he's gonna put it.
just thought I'd throw it out there.
It's also, that trailer is also encroaching on the alley about 4 or 5 feet.
Real good. Yeah, things are gonna liven up.
You might want, if you want to take a little break, Commonwealth will be here about 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay, that's right, I forgot that.
They're on their way.
And we don't know that administrative.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah, so we can just close this one. Okay. So, anybody else got anything?
I make a motion we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor of adjourn, say aye.
Aye.
Adjourned, okay.
About a month ago, I didn't get her.
Jim, my wife said the new SRO is doing a good job. He's all over that school, up and down, all around.
You talking about 90 days.